Hello Internet, I have not talked to you in a really long time, and I'm sorry about that, but today I'm going to be doing a book review in video form, which is something I've never done before, and I don't know if it's going to work, and I don't know if I'm going to like it, so this is going to be kind of a test run, and then we'll see how it goes. So the book I'm going to be reviewing is Boundless by Cynthia Hand. I flew through this book just like I did with the first two books in the series because I was so wrapped up in the book and it was so hard to put down. This video is not going to have any spoilers for Boundless, but it might have a few minor spoilers of the first two books in the series, so if you haven't read them and you're planning on reading them, just be aware that I might accidentally reveal some stuff that happens, but I'll try not to. And there will definitely be nothing from Boundless. First of all, I just need to mention the covers of this series because, seriously, they are beautiful. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty and shiny, and I love them. They look so good on my shelf next to each other. I'm so excited to have like the completed trilogy. It's so great. I have this thing about YA books that are centered around angel mythology. For some reason, I really can't stand them. The Unearthly series continues to be the one exception to that rule, and I just think the mythology and all of the angel weird powery wings, I don't know. I just think it's all done really well. As someone who hates angels, I love it, so that's gotta mean something, right? When I started reading Boundless, I was suddenly reminded of how great a character Clara was. It was something I had kind of forgotten, and whenever I'm not reading the books, I forget about how much I love Clara, but once I start reading them, I'm like, what an amazing character. The thing about Clara is she's kind of just a normal girl. She's not like a tough, badass assassin, but she's also not a quiet and timid girl either, so she's just normal. She's down to earth, and she cares a lot about her friends and family, and she's just really easy to relate to. Alright, besides the angel mythology thing, the other thing I'm really surprised that I like about this series is the love triangle. The Unearthly series has one of the best love triangles I've ever encountered in any YA book ever. In the first book, I totally fell for Tucker and his cute country boy charm, the way he called Clara carrots. But as I got farther along in the series, I kind of converted to Team Christian. Clara and Tucker are both angel bloods, or part angels, or half angels, or whatever you want to call them. They're both angels, in a way. But Tucker is a human. When Clara calls her Glory, Tucker can't even be around that. So to me, it makes more sense for Clara and Christian to be together because they have this angel thing in common, and it would be a really good match. Just because I think Clara and Christian are a better match doesn't mean I don't love Tucker. I love Tucker. Tucker's so great, but whenever I decided to convert to Team Christian, I have kind of stuck with Team Christian till the end. And overall, regardless of what happens in the last book, because I'm not going to tell you, I will always and forever be Team Christian. So I went into Boundless firmly on Team Christian with the knowledge that since this was the last book in the series, Clara was most likely going to have to choose one or the other. I honestly had no idea which boy she was going to choose, and I remember like looking at the book when I had 30 pages left, still unsure about which boy she was going to choose. That's how amazing this love triangle is. The idea that Clara was going to have to make a choice at some point between the two boys was handled brilliantly. I realized pretty early on that this wasn't going to just be Clara deciding which boy she liked more. This was a much greater decision than that. With Christian, it's always been like he's Clara's destiny, and if she chooses him, she chooses the path she was always supposed to take. But choosing Tucker would mean choosing the right to choose, if that makes any sense. With Tucker, Clara would be going against the so-called destiny she has with Christian, which is really appealing. If Clara chose Tucker, she wouldn't feel like she was supposed to choose Tucker or that she had to choose Tucker. She would be choosing him because she really wanted to choose him. Choosing between Tucker and Christian would be choosing between two completely different lifestyles. And as a reader, I was just as conflicted as Clara. In Boundless, Clara goes to college, which I think is completely awesome. It gave the book such a different atmosphere than Clara's small town high school that the other two books had taken place at. I thought the change of setting was excellent, and it was much needed, I feel. I think another book in Jackson would have gotten a little, not boring, but it would have gotten a little old, and so I think after everything that has happened in the series. The decision to put Clara in a completely different place with a bunch of different people and different like lifestyle was really beneficial to the books, and it just improved them so much. Sending Clara to college allowed the readers to really watch her grow up in this series, which I think it's one of the most important things to me, the evolution Clara goes through throughout these 3 books, because she's been through so much, all these life or death situations, and she's been forced to grow up and mature. Showing her at college was a great way to really get that point across that Clara was a completely different person than she was in the beginning of the first book. Another thing I want to mention is Clara's friend Angela, who played a really big role in Boundless. No spoilers, but there is a pretty major plot point that completely centers around Angela's character. It was completely unexpected, totally didn't see it coming, and I loved it. I thought it added so much to the story, and like it was just so epic. The only thing I had a problem with was how Clara handled this super epic, awesome plot point about Angela. Clara wasn't really that involved in Angela's life, which was really strange to me, considering the fact that they go to school together, they live on the same campus. I mean, part of the reason was definitely that Angela was avoiding Clara, but to me, I don't know, it felt like Clara didn't try very hard. She would call Angela and be like, oh no, she didn't answer her phone again. Oh well, I tried. She wouldn't do anything about it. And I mean, I understand that Angela and Clara, their friendship was kind of, it's not a really natural friendship. It was kind of forced on them because they both have this whole like angel world in common, and that's really the only reason that they ever ended up becoming friends. But I just feel like their relationship in Boundless didn't make much sense. With this huge plot point and this huge change that Angela was experiencing, I just feel like Clara definitely should have tried harder to help Angela through this, or, you know, whatever. It's really not till towards the end of the book that Clara and Angela really interact with each other, and I don't know, it really bothered me. I didn't understand why their friendship was so non-existent, I guess. I mean, they're going to college together. Angela finds out this huge important thing about her life. Clara's a part of it too because of the angel connection. Clara didn't really do much about it. I don't know if it's more of a criticism of the book or a character flaw that is completely normal and realistic and understandable on Clara's part, but I don't know, I just didn't like that whole elements to the book. Overall, I thought Boundless was an excellent installment in the Unearthly series. However, as the last book in the trilogy ever, I can't say I was completely satisfied with the way it ended. The inevitable conclusion to the love triangle kind of seemed random to me, like it didn't exactly click into place. I don't know, I just felt like it ended too quickly and too easily, but I do know that a lot of people really like the ending, so that might just be a personal thing, in which case it's fine. Like, I still enjoyed the book. It wasn't the type of ending I was hoping for. Regardless of how I feel about the ending, the series did end, and I was really surprised at just how sad I got. I was apparently not ready to say goodbye to these characters, and I may or may not have cried a little bit towards the ending when I realized that there are going to be no more books, there's going to be no more Clara, Christian, or Tucker, or Angela, it's over. I got really emotionally invested in these characters over the years, and it was so hard to say goodbye to them. I wish we didn't have to. This is one of those series that I wish could go on forever, but unfortunately it cannot. Okay, so Boundless had romance, action, angels, heaven, hell, family, college, and friendship all at once, all wrapped up in it with a neat little bow. I don't know how this combination all fit in the book, but it did, and it was great. So I thought Boundless was just as good as Unearthly and Hallowed. The entire series is consistently good, and I don't think any of the books stand out as being better or worse than the others. The second 2 books completely lived up to my super high standards I had after reading the first book, and I just think this series is excellent, and I'm really sad that it's over. If you haven't read any of the books in the series yet, I highly recommend that you do so. If you have read the series, let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. Anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully you will be seeing a lot more videos from me in the future.